What kind of ups and downs you had in your overall journey?
Car carriers business, it was a very niche transport business. It was not like the other trucking business. So you could probably make a vision out of that business and make it large. We did our business most on gut feeling. Business will run on only three things in the Bollywood language: relationship, relationship and relationship.
जो मारुति का एक्सपेंशन हुआ इंडिया में और ये डेवलपमेंट हुआ पर्टिकुलरली गुड़गांव और उसके नियर बाई उद्योग विहार एरिया का, उससे जुड़ी हुई बहुत सारी सक्सेस स्टोरीज हैं ट्रांसपोर्ट इंडस्ट्री का.
When Maruti was set up, we were one of the first car carrier transporters for Maruti. In fact, in the first batch, we were there.
What is the basically the spirit which catches?
Look, at least you see the economy moving on the wheels. Today, the biggest challenge of the industry is drivers. It will be very difficult to find drivers unless you have driverless trucks. Roads are getting better day by day. Truck can do more kilometers per day, but because at the end, we truckers only produce one thing, we produce kilometers.
मुंबई से दिल्ली जाने के लिए कम से कम 32 घंटे 36 घंटे लगते थे. अब आप 12 घंटे में जाओगे तो डीजल पेट्रोल बचेगा. इसलिए लॉजिस्टिक कॉस्ट कम होगी तो ट्रक ज्यादा फेरी मारेगा तो कॉस्ट बचेगी.
But my advice to the guys entering this business, there's no replacement for hard work.
So what are the critical challenges of this business in terms of operation? नमस्कार दोस्तों, लॉजिस्टिक शक्ति के पॉडकास्ट चैनल में आपका एक बार फिर से स्वागत है. थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर योर ओवरवेलमिंग रिस्पॉन्स एंड बेस्ड ऑन योर लव एंड अफेक्शन वी आर कमिटेड फॉर कंटिन्यूअस जर्नी ऑफ सक्सेस ऑफ लॉजिस्टिक्स इंडस्ट्री एंड वी आर गोइंग टू ब्रिंग यू कंटिन्यूअसली top leadership of logistics industry, and the mission of Logistics Shakti is collaborate and celebrate to transform Indian logistics industry and make it to a global level. लेकिन आज हम मिलवा रहे हैं जो पालिया ट्रांसपोर्ट कंपनी है, उसके चेयरमैन हैं, उनकी ग्रुप ऑफ कंपनीज हैं और वो 2014 से लेके 2021 के बीच में लगभग एक डिकेड के लिए कार कैरिंग ट्रांसपोर्ट एसोसिएशन के चेयरमैन रह चुके हैं. तो इंडस्ट्री को एक बहुत बड़ी लीडरशिप देते हैं और इसके बियॉन्ड हमारे लॉजिस्टिक्स शक्ति के वो एडवाइजरी बोर्ड मेंबर हैं. हम लोग को पर्सनली मेंटर करते हैं, गाइड करते हैं और दुनिया के और हिंदुस्तान के बड़े लीडर्स के साथ कनेक्ट करने में हेल्प करते हैं. सो विदाउट वेस्टिंग फर्दर टाइम, लेट मी वेलकम Shri Vipul Nanda sir.
Thank you.
Thank you sir. Thank you for your time for Logistics Shakti podcast, and thank you very much for your all support for Logistics Shakti.
Thanks for calling me, and I'm always there to support Logistics Shakti, which is probably looking at making new logistics leader in the future for this country. I think so. It's a very good initiative, and congratulations for this.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. So before we proceed further, we would like to hear little bit, historical perspective of Pallia Group and your individual own journey of entire professional life.
Look, Pallia is a very small town just on the Nepal-Uttar Pradesh border in district Lakhimpur Kheri.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, it's very close to Dudhwa National Park.
Right.
Yeah, so...
पीलीभीत से आगे जाके?
Yeah, absolutely. So, once my father and my uncle went there in the 50s when they had come from Pakistan, where they earlier used to live. So, after independence, when they came and they went there, they settled down there, and in 1961 they made this Pallia Transport Company.
1961,
this Pallia Transport Company was established. So we had the 50-year celebration in 2011, and of course it's earlier they were doing this logistics for sugar mills out there, which we are still doing also right now.
Transportation tha.
Transportation for sugar cane as well as finished sugar, and then all the inputs required for the agriculture industry we used to do the
तो वो
transportation.
पलिया में ही था
हाँ
सर?
पलिया में था, वो
जी।
पलिया में था. And in fact we also used to run buses in which used to run in the entire district Lakhimpur Kheri. So that was a job. But in 1984, when Maruti was set up in Gurgaon,
गुड़गांव.
and so the family decided to move out here. This is how our journey into car carrier transportation began. We were one of the first car carrier transporters for Maruti. In fact, in the first batch, we were there. That is how the journey began in car carrier. But we've still kept our roots in Pallia. We still do agriculture out there. We still do sugar transportation for the biggest sugar producer, Bajaj Hindustan, and all is still intact in Pallia. But now the base is there in Gurgaon.
तो ये फादर साहब का इनिशिएटिव था जो शिफ्ट होना पलिया से?
Yeah. 84, I was studying that time. I was studying. We were in Nainital and Sherwood College, and then we had to shift to Delhi because when we used to live in Pallia, there was no schools out there, no proper schools out there. So our father had a very good vision to send us to Sherwood. In fact, we learnt a lot out there, and then we shifted to Delhi for our further education.
तो मारुति के साथ जो मारुति का एक्सपेंशन हुआ इंडिया में, इनिशिएटिव था जो उस टाइम की गवर्नमेंट का, और ये डेवलपमेंट हुआ पर्टिकुलरली गुड़गांव और उसके नियर बाई उद्योग विहार एरिया का, उससे जुड़ी हुई बहुत सारी सक्सेस स्टोरीज हैं ट्रांसपोर्ट इंडस्ट्री का.
I think Maruti and DLF both have changed Gurgaon.
They have changed.
In fact, Gurgaon was...
So phase 1 was Maruti change,
Yeah,
and phase
then-
2 is DLF.
Yeah. So these two companies have really changed the face of Gurgaon. And we used to live in Delhi earlier, but now we have shifted to Gurgaon.
तो मारुति का कॉन्ट्रैक्ट मिलना या मारुति से ट्रांसपोर्टेशन शुरू करना कार कैरिंग का, ऑल द वे फ्रॉम ट्रेडिशनल ट्रांसपोर्टेशन ऑफ गुड्स ट्रांसपोर्टेशन, लाइक आपने बताया शुगर केन और शुगर रिलेटेड एग्री प्रोडक्ट्स का.
Our family was my father's elder brother. They were having dealerships for Maruti, so that encouraged us to probably enter.
So opportunity got opened from there.
Yeah, opportunity got opened from there. Absolutely.
Right.
And then my dad was also involved in transporting the CKD, which was coming in from Japan, because at that time almost 90% of the components were imported components, and all used to come in CKD or KD form, and they did the transportation from Kandla port to Gurgaon. But slowly and steadily, Maruti, the Indianization process started out there. The localization of components started, and then of course the focus was more on car carriers then.
For the viewers' help, what is CKD? बहुत widely used.
CKD is complete knockdown kits, and KD is knockdown kits, and then there's SKD also, which is semi-knockdown kits. So these kits come in, and I'm also not sure because I'm not a production person, I'm a transport guy. So we used to call them kits. They used to come in open flatbed trailers and trucks. And at that time, Maruti used to, I think so, 90% of the components were imported. So it was a very huge transportation business.
So 90% components were getting imported, and those transportation you started?
Yeah. So slowly it, when the localization of the components, so that business did not have that same volume. So, but we had car carriers since the beginning. So then we grew that business.
So how the journey shaped up further? Organization structure कैसे बढ़ा, कैसे रहा, और आपका involvement कैसे आया business में?
My dad always wanted us to study more, but we were always wanting to be in business and all. So I think
So
it was,
we can say you were not a serious student.
No, I was quite good in studies, in fact. I was quite good in studies, and I probably I never had any difficulty in getting a first division or anything else. But of course, the interest was there because with this car carriers business, it was a very niche transport business, and of course, it was not like the other trucking business. So you could probably make a vision out of that business and make it large, because the industry was bound to grow from that point.
Absolutely. So in fact, I was just asking this question, serious student, कि भाई जनरली ट्रांसपोर्ट बिजनेस यूज टू बी मसल काइंड ऑफ अ पीपल जो थोड़ा सा रगट हैं, रफ एंड टफ है, तो घर के बिगड़े हुए लड़के को ट्रांसपोर्ट का बिजनेस कराया जाता था पहले.
Actually, when I got into business, I was looking after the accounts part of the business. So my father was looking after the relationship part. My brother was into the operations, and all. So we three complemented each other in doing all the things. But then my brother got involved in some dealership activities, and so I took over the operation part also, but my dad continued to look after the relationship part with the client. And after his death, he died very young. So after that, once the relationship part also came to me, so I had all the three departments with me. So I've got a very fair experience of all the three departments, but I am weak in operations.
Very difficult to accept that
Yeah,
at
yeah.
this level,
Yeah.
to accept your weakness.
I probably try to ask my uh, colleagues in the company to let me know what is required to make operations better. So that is the ongoing question every day, because
So your weakness you are complementing with the professionals.
yeah. And you have to accept that some people are better than you
Absolutely.
at certain jobs. So, but accounts, I was always good. And when the relationship or the customer interaction came, I think so I did a fairly good job.
So choosing a family business over you being a good student as well, you told. So getting into family business or rather looking from some different career opportunity, what was your choice?
I think I always had it in my mind to do business, and it was a good business to be in. I think so. In fact, sometimes I used to have fights with my cousins and all also, and they used to say this trucking is not all that great business. But I used to always I had it in my mind that I have to do this transportation.
Is it?
Yeah.
You love trucking
Yeah.
and you love transport.
Yeah.
So what is the basically the spirit which catches? What is the affection? क्या चीज इसमें आपको बहुत अच्छी लग रही है सर?
No, look, at least you see the economy moving on the wheels.
Yes, of
Yeah.
course.
The entire economy.
The whole life is
Yeah.
driven on the logistics and
Yeah.
transportation.
So in fact, and it's a challenging job. It's not easy.
Yeah.
It's not easy. In fact, we had this conference, and it was the Automotive Logistics Summit way back in 2008 or 9. A very close friend of mine who's also one of the OEMs at that time, he said that for good logistics in India, you require only three things: good horn, good brake, and good luck.
Good logistics require good horn,
Good brake,
good brake,
and good luck.
good luck.
But on a serious note, anything which requires good luck is not an easy business. We need to be vigilant all the time. And of course, we shouldn't be running away from the social responsibility angle. Like today, the biggest challenge of the industry is drivers. And till the time you don't try to make their job respectable, I don't think so this industry can. Probably it'll be very difficult to find drivers unless you have driverless trucks. The way the requirement would grow up in the coming years, we'll have to work on how to make this driver job respectable.
So this problem is basically we were asking from previous leaders as well in our previous podcast as well, and that's a very pertinent problem, particularly in India and the globally as well. I believe
Globally also.
Next generation do not want to get into this. So can we deep down little more into it? What are the basic challenge and what at your level? What are the solution you recommend?
I think we should probably try to improve their the way they stay on their trucks. Probably, I think so. If they could drive it's a dream actually. Maybe if they could drive the full day and then there's a proper halting station out there, like it is in most of the foreign countries. I think if we could make their lives that way, and probably they could be called captains, like, or like the airline pilots are called. Some something is required so that they are, the industry should encourage, uh, probably, I think so, the way we treat them. And
Yes.
yeah, the way we treat them. In fact, not. In fact, the transporters treat them very well. I think so. We take good care of our drivers, but the way they are treated on the roads by the local authorities,
Society as a whole.
society, even the local authorities at the toll tax, at the police RTO checks, at the borders. Now with GST, all these things have stopped, but still the harassment from the authorities is too big.
So three things become a very, very pertinent and important in case of, getting the driver's life better. There's number one, the treatment, their respect, right? So this job we need to make it respectful
Yeah,
in
very
terms of the social acceptance, right? Of course, second is the comfort and safety. Right,
Safety
as
is
you
very important.
yeah, as you
Safety is
mentioned, that 8 hours working and then they might come back to home, right? Those kind of solution few companies have already provided. And third, the far most important, and pay them well, treat them,
I have proper area for eatings. Like today, most of the dhabas have, probably there are very few dhabas on the road. Everything has been taken over by the McDonald's and the Starbucks and the Cafe Coffee Day and all these places. You have very few dhabas left. Where earlier
In
drivers.
fact, we should not be having a separate dhavas for the
In
drivers.
fact, they
It
should
should be a
the-
part of a same community.
Yeah, they should be. In fact, I've seen in foreign countries that the driver and the owner are sitting together in a pub and having a
This
beer
is
together.
this itself a discrimination in our
yeah.
society.
But we need to actually get this. More walk the talk is required.
So let's move to the next level. Currently, what is the structure of Pallia Group as a whole, and who's driving what? How the leadership is moving?
Both my sons have joined the business.
Oh, so that third generation has come into
Yeah,
the
yeah.
business.
So very lucky that the third generation has come into the business. My elder son joined me about 4-5 years back, and he is looking after the admin HR area, and plus he's also looking after electric mobility company, electric car rental mobility company.
So your group has diversified also in certain
So
areas.
that's a subsidiary.
We will come, separately on
Yeah,
this.
so he's looking after that. The younger son is taking care of where I am weak, the operations.
Operation part, he is complementing you.
So he comes over in the evening and takes out a lot of mistakes of mine. So that's very interesting. Yeah.
So transition going on currently.
Yeah, I think so. The next 4-5 years should be the transition period. So, and then I think so they should take over. I think the next 3-4-5 years. I think so. I'll be happy to hand them over as early as possible.
So let's talk a little more, go back, what kind of ups and downs you had in your overall journey when you took over from your father?
From 91 to 98, I worked under my dad. He was driving the business, he was doing whatever. But in 98, when he died, that was the biggest low of my life, because he died very young and I was totally...
You were also not prepared to take over that point in time, I believe.
Yeah, but of course we had 5 or 6 years of good working experience, so we could manage to sustain.
Mentally not prepared.
Mentally not prepared, and 2-3 years I was just because we had some work in Pallia also, so I shuttled between Pallia but of course in 2-3 years everything got settled down, and then that was the real time when the international companies like Hyundai, General Motors, Volkswagen, and even our Indian companies like Tata and Mahindra, they ventured into these SUVs and cars. And so at that time, I thought it's a great opportunity.
Okay.
So
So
then,
next phase of journey or
yeah,
next
yeah.
phase of
So
growth started from there.
so then I decided to shift gears. So at that time, probably in 2003, that was the time. So then we grew the company quite significantly. And I ventured out into some wine business also.
Oh, diversified.
So we made some vineyards in Nasik, and we made a joint venture marketing company to import wines from Italy.
So all the way from transportation to the wine business.
It was just for fun, actually,
Okay.
with some friends, actually. So we thought that wine is the trend in India, so let's
Try this out.
Or otherwise, the real estate which we invest will in the vineyards we invest will take care of our losses, whatever.
From an entrepreneurship perspective, this fund-based decision or influenced by friends, society.
Look, I influenced them, in fact, because in one of my trips to Australia, me and my wife were discussing that we need to have some vineyards. So then I called my friend and we said we should do this. So, but now they are doing it and I am not doing
How
it.
this turned out to be?
We made a brand called Opera, and it imported wines, and it was also a joint venture with the Italian cooperative. So, and in one of my wine tasting trips to Italy, I met the chairman of Gruppo Mercurio, Mr. Andrea Conti, and that is how life is. That we made a transport joint venture with Gruppo Mercurio, and then the company was called Mercurio Pallia.
Mercurio Pallia. So JV happened with Mercurio Group.
But it happened due to the wine business.
Absolutely. Okay.
So that is the story of a good wine. Gruppo Mercurio was actually held by the Conti family and the...
It's a German-based company?
No, it's an Italian company.
Italian company.
It's an Italian company. So it was held by Mr. Conti's family and a private equity company. So, but in 2-3 years, we had a great time because the automobile industry was growing at almost double-digit growth at that time. And there were some companies car carrier companies which got bankrupt at that time. And we had the opportunity of acquiring...
Those car carrying company got bankrupt in India or?
In India.
Okay.
Some companies got bankrupt in India.
What would have been the reason?
Because before 2008, it was a very difficult time. If you...
recession was there.
The recession was there, and that Lehman Brothers and all those things happened that time.
Correct.
And even that 26/11 happened at that time. So we went through a recession period out there. And so
how could you survive that particular challenging time?
Look, at that particular time, I got that Italian support. So we could survive, and we could not only survive, but we could acquire those companies.
Got it.
And
so that became an opportunity. So your strength got doubled.
Yeah. So because we grew too fast, that private equity company sold its share to Jeffco.
So they took their exit and they make money out of it.
So then Jeffco came in, and then the French company was there. But all that happened. I also, in 2014 also, Jeffco wanted to become a direct shareholder instead of an indirect shareholder. So then I also exited a part of my equity.
So Mercurio moved out?
No, Mercurio, the brand was still Mercurio Pallia. But it was owned by Jeffco.
Okay.
And a part of it was owned by me. My family company. But I think so Jeffco probably didn't understand the business the way the Italians understood it. In India, you have to probably work the way the Indian
need.
The Indian way, which is because you need...
So many multinational company, particularly in this kind of a niche market, may not understand.
In India, you need to understand there's God is only in India.
Correct.
So you need to work the Indian way.
Got it.
So they didn't understand it, and probably they messed up the full company. In fact, in 2013 or 14, Mercurio Pallia was one of the leading companies, and they totally messed up it
Which year you are talking about, sir?
in 2014.
So 2003 to the journey was good. 2008 even the recession was there. You were doubling your
Yeah,
business.
yeah.
You were acquiring the organization.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
2011 you are must be in a good company, good shape.
2011, probably we were the leaders.
You were the leader in 2011 and the leadership continued till which year?
2014, probably.
And till 2014 you've been the leading organization into car carrying transportation. And then low started.
Then the Jeffco people, because they wanted the full control of the company. So I said, you control it. And of course, I was taken care of. But they could not work the way
It could not sustain and grow further when you moved out.
So they probably like to go very steadily. They're not worried about the top line. They are only worried about the bottom line. So in fact, by 2019, the company got ruined. And then probably we had to reacquire the company and then rebrand it again.
So you again reacquire, so full 360-degree turn
so we had
taken
to
place.
reacquire the company and then restart the engines. But when we restarted the engines, COVID came in. But God was kind, and we were able to do it well. We were able to do it well. The team supported me, my son supported me, and the family got behind me.
So it was also a very big challenge.
Yeah, it was a very big challenge for the family. And in fact, I think God has been kind in the how we took over the company, and today again it's back on track, and
the journey restarted for again the next level.
So the second inning started in 2019.
Beautiful.
I thought I would retire by 2019, but anyway, that's life.
Never retired, correct. So what are the critical challenges of this business in terms of operation? As you mentioned,
drivers is one of the biggest.
Driver is one of the challenge.
Driver is one of the biggest challenge. I think so. Infrastructure, I think so. Roads are getting better day by day. Earlier, probably there were hardly any good roads. In 84 to maybe 2002 or 2003, there were hardly any expressways or highways. But today, I think so, roads are there, and I think the truck can do more kilometers per day, but because at the end, we truckers only produce one thing, we produce kilometers. So we need to produce as many kilometers as possible, and not only kilometers, loaded kilometers, not empty kilometers.
Empty kilometer will not be.
So that is one thing which has improved a lot, the roads, highways, infrastructure. And with the GST coming, I think so, the border posts have also gone. But still the biggest challenge is, in fact, when I was the president of the Car Carrier Association, we came to know that the trailers are not legal. There's no mention of a car.
I'm about to come on a compliance question.
So in 2015, when this BJP government came into power, 2014 or 15, there was no mention of a car carrier or an automobile carrier in the Central Motor Vehicle Act.
Motor Vehicle Act was not carrying your category separately.
Yeah. So then, of course, this association was formed because of this particular reason. And then...
But association was previously there.
But this got registered and into a formal...
so it started playing real role.
Yeah. So then, because we were the real stakeholders, we dealt with the government ministry directly. And we had all the studies done, because earlier the trucks were as per the requirements of the clients, not as per laws. If a client needed to fit 10 cars, he would tell you to make a 10 10 trailer truck, 10 car trailer, or if he wanted to fit 6 cars, he'll tell you to do that. It was as per requirement. So either a truck was 18 meters, 19 meters, 20 meters, 21 meters, 22 meters. There was no control over it. No control over the height, no control. But with this, we got everything regularized, and a gazette was printed in October 2016. And I think the car carrier transport, the car carrier association, or the automobile carrying, we set an example to the entire country by having the entire fleet of 15,000 carriers regularized and cut to size within 6 months.
So entire compliance has been implemented.
Yeah. But in spite of that, the biggest challenge which you tell us is that still the states have got used to that revenue. They've got used to that revenue of having the challans, because earlier since there was no regulation in place, so our trucks used to regularly get challaned, and we had to do all stupid things. But now when the truck is regularized, and the OEMs have been told by the government that they are not. In fact, the gazette is for the OEMs. They are not allowed to load illegal trucks. So, but still we are
Being
penalized.
put on the chalan. Haan.
We are being penalized for over dimension.
Got it.
And everything is coming online now.
Okay. So even after the law is there, chalana is still getting.
Yeah, some states are doing it just for revenue sake.
My God.
Yeah, because we've gone as an association many times to meet them, but they said it's more to do with revenue.
पैसा चाहिए कहीं से भी लेके आओ to run the state.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. So let's come. We talked about your journey and the critical operation. Any incident you would like to recall which has been a very, very target, maybe of theft or vandalism, or maybe कि पुराने टाइम में ट्रक ही गायब हो जाते थे?
Yeah, I still remember one incident. It happened when my dad was alive. Just 1 year before he died, I think so. There was a truck which came with 120 tires from Baroda. And it had to get unloaded at GT Karnal Road. So it used to come to this Gurgaon Kapasera border. And we used to get the information because at that time there was a octroi or something. The driver had to pay octroi, so he used to take money from our Kapasera office, and it had to go to unload at GT Karnal Road in Delhi. Next day, the truck didn't reach there for unloading. We thought it might have got spoiled because there were no GPS at that time. It's about 96 or 97.
GPS was not at all there.
So
even mobile phone was just coming up.
Mobile phone had just come in, but the drivers didn't have it.
Correct.
So then we sent our people. We had our office in Panjabi Bagh, and we had somebody in car. So we said, do the route where the truck is. But they didn't find the truck. 2 days, 3 days, and the truck was not found. And then, of course, my dad also got worried, and I was also very worried. Then, one fine morning, my dad was having, after 3 days, my dad was having a walk in the park. And his friend told me that somebody has come to sell me old tires. No, brand new Apollo tires.
Brand new tire बेचने आ रहा है.
At half the rate. Of course, we had, because you're running a transport business, you have connect with the police authorities. So my dad told him what got into my dad? Told him just get the tires.
ले लो आप.
हाँ, ले लो and but when he comes with the tire, tell him that I don't want to buy.
हाँ.
Call the tires, but then so we had the police stationed out there.
Okay.
He
So you
came with
made
the
all
tires.
arrangement.
He came with the tires, and then
रंगे हाथों पकड़ लिया.
no, he came with the tires, and the police was very smart, I think so. The police did a fantastic job, and when he was when my friend, dad's friend, he said that no, I am not interested no more in any buying these theft tires and all those things. He was taking the tires where he had taken those tires. The police followed him,
Followed him. Beautiful.
and they recovered the entire consignment out there.
Oh. Including truck.
And that is actually the truck was found in Hapur.
So truck was your own asset?
Yeah,
or-
own asset. It was found in Hapur, and that also my dad was driving to Bareilly. Somebody had died. He was going on some Uthala or something out there, and he found the truck on the Hapur highway, and the tires were found out there. And after about 10 days, the driver's dead body was found in the Delhi Kent, because the poster of the driver was put somewhere near our office, and somebody got that poster to us.
So it was some gang behind?
It was probably some gang behind, but everybody was caught, and in fact, but it took, it was a good 3 months of learning for me.
Such kinds of serious
Yeah,
incident.
yeah, this was a total transport job for me, actually.
Yes, absolutely.
Because I was there at the helm of affairs, managing all the police stations and all the things, but I got a good learning of my life.
So that actually this, unpredictability nature of this business keep you all the time on your toes, keep you excited, and entire your adrenaline keep flowing all the time. That, keep you always attractive toward this business actually.
But I tell you, it was quite a incident in our family, I think so. Every day we were discussing this. Every day we were discussing it.
But Lord, such a way, this is a horrible incident. Otherwise also,
Because what they had done, the gang had taken the sit in the truck as taking a lift from the driver, probably killed him and threw it. It was the winter foggy season, and they threw the body into the Delhi Kent area, and then took the truck to Hapur, because the tires were found in Ghaziabad.
Got it. So, sir, you were doing the transportation and this. Never try to diversify into a similar category of logistics and transportation beyond this niche of vehicle transportation or car carrying transportation?
Look, we already have this sugar transportation business in Pallia. So that business is already there. That is an established business. And then on return, we do this cement and this whatever is required, urea and NPK, DP,
So that transportation,
the fertilizer,
commodity transportation, or maybe
fertilizer,
the agri-product transportation.
Yeah, agri-product. So we do that business in Pallia. Now we've ventured into the inside port movement of containers with our partners, MSA Global. So because they have their CFS in both Chennai port and Nhava Sheva port, and so the container movement inside the port would be done with the new joint venture company, Pallia MSA Global.
What are the future plan for the organization, expansion or diversity?
I think we're waiting for electric mobility in a big way, and in fact we've started this car rental company, Triple E Taxi. My elder son is Jishnu, is looking after it.
What exactly are you doing?
In fact, we are doing B2B. We work for clients like Pricewaterhouse, EY, Deloitte, Tata Play.
So B2B taxi, EV taxi.
Yeah, EV taxi. Only EV.
Only EV you do. And which are the cities you are operating?
Right now we are in NCR only. We earlier had in Bangalore and Hyderabad, but because of COVID, we had to wind up everything out there. So, but now, and of course, to save the climate, we had to burn a lot of cash. So, but in fact, it's a good learning for us, and now probably we are on the right track out there. We probably have a decent size fleet out here, and now I think so we've stabilized the company because the right products are in place now. So earlier we could not do well because the right products were not there.
It is evolving.
It's evolving, and today the company is quite stable.
How the next generation transition is happening? What is your learning and teaching and the mentoring for your generation, your next generation, and also the logistics industry's next generation also coming up in various organizations?
Well, this is a question we discuss at home almost every day. So, but look, the new generation is of course very talented, very technology driven. But my advice to my sons also and to the other people, other young guys entering this business, there's no replacement for hard work. There's no replacement for focus. There is no replacement for discipline. And then this business, of course, you may be talented, technology might be, would be technology driven, but of course, the business will run on only three things in the Bollywood language: relationship, and relationship. So they must probably, I think so, technology could only be an enabler. It will help you to do business in a better way.
Yeah.
It will help you to collect data so that you can take decisions, right decisions. Because we did our business most on gut feeling.
Got it.
So, but the new generations require data and to take decisions because the volume is increased.
Technology is an enabler and facilitator.
Yeah, but of course, but it cannot replace what I said. It cannot replace discipline. It cannot replace focus. It cannot replace hard work. It cannot replace relationship.
Fundamental of business has to be taken.
Yeah.
Marwadi way of doing business will never go away.
You have to write your own balance sheet.
Yes.
And if you have these 4-5 things along with technology and talent, you could go a long way. Growth
will come through technology. Ease will come from the technology.
Absolutely.
Better management will come from the technology. Efficiency will come from technology. But if you depend upon the over dependability of management itself on technology, may not help you.
Yeah, you should be driving the business, not technology.
Correct. Leader has to drive.
Leader has to drive.
So great learning, sir, on those points. Now let's move forward on the Logistics Shakti again. We are doing this, Logistics Shakti global edition we have launched, which is happening in Dubai.
Yeah. Congratulations for that. And
thank you, sir.
We are there to support you, and I think so. It's high time now. Indian companies need to invest overseas also in logistic business, and why not? We can see some people, some companies acquiring overseas company
and become a global face in the logistics and the supply chain function.
Yeah, like the Indian companies like Mahindra and Tata, they have done very well. We should learn from them and probably try to invest in logistics of international logistics also. Why not?
Correct. So that is what the opportunity we are trying to create. And by the SCM Middle East Conclave, and the award is happening on 23 and 24th of April. In any case, you are already supporting us. So on behalf of you and for you and entire your group, we extend the formal invitation. And of course, the entire automobile industry and their supply chain professionals, we look forward.
Yeah, we'll try our best to see that as many people are on board.
So thank you very much, sir, for your time once again and entire support. And it has been a very great learning experience. I am sure our viewers and the listeners also going to enjoy this entire session, and will keep coming with such kind of multiple sessions over a period of time. And as you responded in past and presently it is happening, keep subscribing Logistics Shakti podcast channel so that these videos can reach out, and keep sharing these sessions with the upcoming professionals or the different teammates for their benefit. Thank you very much.
Thank you.